This is every egg in Stardew Valley, and today they are my entire economy. No crops, no fishing, no wine empire, just eggs and mayonnaise. Hello everyone, my name is Extreme, and this might be the most extreme mistake I have ever done. You see what I did there? Egg stream. Yeah, that was bad. The rules are simple. I can only earn gold by selling eggs or mayonnaise, and by the end of winter 28, I need 500,000 gold. Not total lifetime earnings, not technically I earned it earlier. 500,000 in hand. Can these two starter chickens from Meadowlands Farm make me rich, or am I about to get completely scrambled? Let's find out. Here are all the types of eggs in Stardew Valley. First off, I'm not counting fish roe. That's an entirely different category with a huge variety. Coming back here, parrot eggs and frog eggs are not valid egg types. They are trinkets, so we are checking those off. Golden egg, not possible without reaching perfection, so that's off the table too, which leaves us with 7 actual types of eggs. Now take a look at this table I made. It includes 6 of them. I calculated everything: production time, quantity, selling price, and most importantly, gold per day. And based on all that math, the most profitable animal is the chicken, specifically chickens producing large eggs. Now I know there are other factors. For example, ostriches are the only ones that gives iridium quality mayonnaise. That's huge. But based on my needs, the time limits of this challenge, and overall convenience, chickens are the way to go. The only other egg left to talk about is slime eggs. Now a fully set up slime hutch actually comes really close in average gold per day compared to a fully optimized coop of chickens producing large eggs. But here's the problem: a slime hutch costs 10,000 gold, requires an iridium bar, 10 refined quartz, combat level 6, a ton of slime, and a whole lot of setup. Meanwhile, a coop only needs 300 wood, 100 stone, 4,000 gold, and a little bit of consistently petting your chickens. Since this challenge has a time limit and I need to maximize profit as efficiently as possible, I'm definitely going with the second option. So the plan is simple: fill the entire farm with chickens. I started by creating my character, named the farm Excellent, picked this cat, and chose the Meadowlands Farm. The journey began with 15 hay and these 2 chickens. So on day 1, I mostly focus on collecting wood and stone for the next coop. On the second day, I did some fishing. By day 3, my chickens were fully grown and had already started laying eggs. I decided to keep the eggs for now, and since it was raining, that meant 2 pieces of hay were going to be used automatically. That's when I started looking for clay. I need 10 clay to build a silo, and I'm really hoping to get one up before the 15 hay runs out. Day 4 was basically the same routine, except I extended the fence border a bit so the grass could spread more. On day 5, I sold 6 eggs to Pierre, earning 350 gold and bringing my total up to 850 gold. With that money, I bought the third chicken for 800 gold from Marnie. I was also doing some mining and resource collecting in the background. The next day, petting the chickens pushed me to my first farming level. I sold more eggs to Pierre and got Robin to start building a silo for 100 gold. By day 8, the silo was ready. I had also started getting 3 eggs per day. I did some copper collecting and smelting as well, preparing for the future mayonnaise machines. And speaking of mayonnaise machines, the hardest part of crafting them is definitely the earth crystal. Quartz are pretty easy to find, but earth crystals, those are weirdly rare, and I swear I find more of them when I'm not even looking. It always works like that. On day 10, I got the first large egg of the run, and it was gold quality too. But since it was Wednesday, I just sold everything normally and skipped the day. Yeah, I'm going to be skipping days quite a lot because otherwise we'd just be waiting around for earnings. That said, I still need to keep collecting wood and mining regularly to prepare for future coops and mayonnaise machines. On day 11, I bought the 4th chicken. That officially filled the first coop that came with the farm. No more space left in there. So what's next? Some of you might think I'm going to upgrade the coop, but I actually have a better option. I'm just going to buy a new one. Since I only need chickens, upgrading doesn't really make sense, and it's way more expensive than simply building another coop. So my next goal is to collect 4,000 gold and buy the second coop of the run, and here's the game plan to make that happen. I'm going to keep storing eggs until I hit farming level 2 and unlock the mayonnaise machine. Then I'll convert all those eggs into mayonnaise and sell them for higher profit. That's the strategy for now. The next day, I adopted the cat and named her Eggatha. Okay, I need to stop. I kept collecting resources in the background and managed to find 3 earth crystals that day. From day 14 onward, I started getting 4 eggs per day. Right now, it might not look like much progress, but trust me, the foundation is slowly being built, and once we get momentum, it will be impossible to stop this egg empire. And then on day 15, it finally happened. I reached farming level 2 and unlocked the almighty mayonnaise machine recipe. So on day 16, I crafted 9 mayonnaise machines and started converting all the eggs I had been hoarding. In total, I got 40 normal mayonnaise and 7 gold quality mayonnaise. For anyone who doesn't know, normal eggs always turn into normal mayonnaise and large eggs always turn into gold quality mayonnaise, regardless of the egg's quality. I sold everything and earned 4,655 gold. With that money, I immediately got Robin to start building the second coop the next day. From this point on, I'll be selling mayonnaise daily in the background. I started earning 950 gold or more every single day, which basically means I can afford 1 chicken per day now. On day 20, the second coop was ready, so I bought 4 more chickens for 3200 gold. From day 23, I started getting 8 eggs per day. I sold the mayonnaise to Pierre and got Robin to start building the third coop. I also hit farming level 3 that same day. I wasn't attending any festivals either. The egg empire needs full priority right now. I crafted 3 more mayonnaise machines, bringing the total up to 12, and also my daily earnings increased to around 1800 gold or more, which means I have enough to afford 2 chickens per day. On spring 27, the third coop was ready, so I bought 4 more chickens for 3200 gold and immediately got Robin to start building the fourth coop. Yeah, this is the momentum I was talking about, and that's how the last day of spring arrived. I think we made decent progress. We started with 1 coop and 2 chickens. Now we have 3 coops, almost 4, with a total of 12 chickens, 8 adults and 4 chicks. We're currently around 1800 to 1900 gold per day. That's nowhere near half a million yet, but trust me, the income is about to scale up fast. So let's see what summer has in store for us. Before we start the next chapter, I just quickly want to share something. I have enabled the channel memberships. There's only 1 tier and I kept it at the lowest price possible. If you decide to join, you will get a custom badge, some fun emojis, 1 day early access to new videos, behind the scenes community posts about the channel, and I'll also give member shoutouts and videos, either by naming my farm animals after you or thanking you at the end. So if you are able to become a member, I genuinely appreciate the support. It helps more than you think. And if you can't, that's completely okay. Just subscribing already means a lot to me. It's free and it really helps the channel grow, especially since I am still working toward monetization. Alright, now let's get back to the farm. Welcome to summer. Summer day 1 started with me hitting farming level 4, and from there I just kept doing the exact same work. On day 2, the 4th coop was ready and I started getting 12 eggs per day. I immediately got Robin to start building the 5th coop, but Marnie's shop was closed, so no chickens that day. I earned 2755 gold, which is basically the price of 3 chickens per day at this point. The next day, Demetrius visited the farm. The option doesn't really matter, so I chose the mushroom cave, and I also bought the 4th batch of chickens that same day. Skip to day 6, the 5th coop was ready and the previous 4 chicks had grown up. That pushed me to 16 eggs per day, but since I only had 12 mayonnaise machines at that time, this is where I had to start waiting for 2 batches of mayo to finish. I also got Robin to start building the 6th coop and bought the 5th batch of chickens. Honestly, I wish there were more carpenters like Robin in this valley. Waiting 3 days for every single coop is a little painful. On day 7, I hit farming level 5. Now this is where I got a little confused. Normally, I would pick tiller and then artisan. The artisan profession boosts mayonnaise by 40%, which is obviously amazing, no doubt about that. But the problem is, tiller does absolutely nothing for me in this challenge, and reaching level 10 just by petting chickens and collecting eggs would take a long time anyway. On the other hand, I could choose rancher for a 20% animal product bonus right now, and later I could go for coop master to befriend chickens faster. And then I thought, you know what, I always pick tiller and artisan. Let's do something different this time. So I chose rancher and that boost kicked in immediately. The very next day I earned over 4000 gold. That's basically an entire coop per day. On day 9, same story. The 6th coop was ready, bringing me to 20 eggs per day. But it was Tuesday, so the shops were closed again. My daily earnings were now crossing 5000 gold. Okay, at this point the video is getting a little repetitive and I don't want this to turn into a coop building simulator. So I did a quick calculation. According to that calculation, if I could reach 8929 gold per day before fall arrived, I wouldn't need to build any more coops. I could just keep selling mayonnaise from my existing chickens and comfortably hit 500,000 gold within the first year. So let's see if that was possible. On day 9, I had 6 coops and 20 chickens. On day 10, I moved the default coop right here, started building the 7th coop and bought the 6th batch of chickens. On day 12, I crafted 4 more mayonnaise machines, bringing the total up to 16. Day 14, I started building the 8th coop and bought the 7th batch of chickens. On day 17, I built this fence path for the chickens just to make petting them easier and more efficient. Day 18, the 9th coop was started and I bought the 8th number batch of chickens. I also bought the price catalog for 3000 gold and hit farming level 7. The fences definitely helped with petting, and the money, it was tagging quietly in the background. By day 19, I had 54,000 gold, and that's while constantly spending money on new coops and chickens. The next day, I crafted the final 4 mayonnaise machines of the run, bringing the total to 20. I specifically chose 20 because I was targeting 10 coops, that means 40 eggs per day. With 20 machines, I can convert all 40 eggs into mayo in exactly 2 batches. Day 21, I built the last coop and bought the 9th batch of chickens. At this point, with 32 eggs per day, I was already earning more than what I needed to hit my daily target, and there was still a full week left before fall. So right now, I want you guys to pause the video and guess the exact date when I'm going to hit 500,000 gold, because what happens next, you probably won't expect. Even though I was already earning enough, I still bought the final batch of chickens on day 24, and by day 27, I was officially getting 40 eggs per day. That day I got 26 gold quality and 14 normal mayonnaise, converting into 12,084 gold in a single day. That's equivalent to buying 3 coops per day. It's crazy to think how this started from almost nothing and now we are here. So let's wrap up summer here. Fall is going to be much shorter, just focusing on the results and the outcome of this challenge. So fall is here, and let's do this lightning fast. Here are the first 3 days of earnings along with the full breakdown of how much mayonnaise I made each day. From day 4 onward, I started storing all the mayo instead of selling it, and I also hit farming level 9 that day. Then on day 17, I finally reached farming level 10 and chose the coop master profession. So here's the full breakdown of fall. The first set of numbers represents the number of gold quality mayonnaise and the second represents normal mayonnaise. As you can see, with each passing day, the number of gold quality mayonnaise kept increasing, eventually reaching a full 40 gold quality mayonnaise on fall 22nd. Now if you're wondering where are the other 4 days went, I did something stupid. On day 24, my intrusive thoughts kicked in. I started wondering what would happen if I closed the coop doors before the chickens went back inside. Would they teleport in? Would they refuse to lay eggs the next day? I had never tested it before, and this was definitely not the right time to experiment. As some of you might have guessed, the chickens laid eggs all over the farm and it was a disaster. I spent the entire day 25 just running around trying to find every single egg, and you can't even see eggs when they are hidden in the grass. 4 eggs were missing at first, but I eventually found 3 of them later on the challenge. And finally, on the last day of fall, I was done. I had 959 mayonnaise in total, 839 gold quality and 120 normal. I sold all of it in one go and earned over 300,000 gold, which means I reached the goal within 3 seasons instead of 4. So we have officially completed the challenge with 10 coops, 40 chickens and over 13 hours of gameplay. Out of all 40 chickens, 33 had full hearts. The remaining 7 were almost there. This is how my farm used to look, and this is how it looks now. And honestly, I do think you could push this even further. You could probably hit 1 million gold if you didn't stop at 10 coops, chose the artisan profession instead and continued through winter. But for me, I'm done with the chickens. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, consider dropping a like and subscribing to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.